Joining us now to discuss these tanker attacks today and what we can expect from Shinzo Abe's meetings with Iran's top brass. We'll turn now to former Pentagon official Mike Maloof. All right, Mike, so let's talk about this bizarre timing, right? Shinzo Abe, he's there. He got to Tehran less than 24 hours later. This new round of ship sabotage happens. One of those two ships happens to be Japanese-owned. What do you make of that?
Well, both of them were carrying cargo Japanese-related. They both originated, one out of UAE, the other out of Saudi Arabia. And it comes right at the time of the visit. So there are no coincidences. I mean, this was all staged and was meant to send a message. The ships were not meant to be sunk, as I interpret things. And if you're going to try and look at what the cause was, go back to where the ships originated. Someone had to know what was the manifest, who the ship owners were. I mean, this had to be whoever had access to that kind of information could have planned this thing. Secondly, they were not meant to be sunk. They were sending messages. And the fact, one report I've seen is that it was actually one explosion was above the waterline, which means it probably was a magnetic bomb placed on the side of the hull. So this is all meant to send messages to try to cast blame on the Iranians. Why would the Iranians do it? In fact, the Iranians actually were involved in helping rescue some of the crew members.
Yeah, so let's talk about that too. There's some dispute there about who rescued some of the crew from the second vessel, which was a Norwegian-owned ship carrying Japanese goods, like you said. Iran says they helped save the crew there. U.S. authorities say it was the U.S. Navy Fifth Fleet who saved them, and that some of the men were, in not so many words, forced into Iranian custody. What's with the discrepancy? How can that be?
I think that a lot of ships come to the rescue of other ships when such a call for an alarm goes out. Yeah. So you're going to get many, and there's a lot of traffic there. So a lot of ship traffic. So they're all going to respond. I can't account for this discrepancy on who rescued more or who was taken into custody. I haven't heard about anybody being taken into custody.
Right. The U.S. says it's patently false that the Iranians did nothing to help.
Oh, I see. Well, it's the Iranians, and nobody has disputed or challenged the claim of the Navy. I don't know what to say. The fact is that some of the sailors were taken to Iran. So that's clear.
In fact, quite the contrary. It was these guys on the Norwegian ship said that the Iranians came to help them. Yes. But the U.S. Navy is saying no, that's not true.
Well, you see, they want to cast Iran clearly in the worst possible light. I think what's going to possibly occur here, and this has happened before, is that if there's frequent visits and explosions and attacks on ships going toward the Straits of Hormuz,
they're going to say it's a dangerous territory, right?
We might begin to see armed escorts resuming again, and who's better to do that than the United States Navy? So this could happen. It's happened before, and it's possible that it could resume if it's going to happen this frequently.
Well, what do you think the Saudi appetite will be for this sort of violence, whoever may be causing it? Do you think they'll have an appetite to go after it happening, just off their coastline?
Well, I think they're probably instigated in it and probably involved in it. I mean, there is a history of these countries setting things up as a black flag type of operation in order to cast blame on
the victims.
Yeah, make themselves look like the victim in order to cast blame on somebody else. Can't rule it out. Israelis. Who would profit from something like this to get Saudi Arabia and Iran into a conflict?
Right.
I mean, you got to tick them down. Saudi Arabia itself, Israel, the United States, and all of this is happening.
Well, the Japanese are there, and why would the Japanese do it?
Why? And the Iranians wouldn't do it because they were hosting the Japanese. It was just like the 4 ships that were damaged in the UAE.
Yeah.
They were not sunk. They were not sunk. They were sending messages.
Damaged.
Exactly.
Tough messages. As always, appreciate your expertise on this. Mike Maloof, thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.